join me on BlogTv. The link is conveniently located in the description box below. About defining where I stand on the issue. You know what I'm about. And I think I was able to get that across. Bullshit. Canadian accent detected. Dude, I don't know how I held on myself. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I know a lot of people watched the whole thing from beginning to end because the chat room stayed full the whole time. But I don't know how people weren't fucking leaving in droves. I think they just had their own little side conversations and shit going on. Because if it was me, man, like if I was the one watching that shit and people participating in it, I would have been like, man, fuck this, boring, and like I would have left after an hour or two. I don't know, if that long. Yeah, I lost a little steam towards the end. That's because, no, I'll tell you the reason why though, Arise. It's because, you know, when I first started that debate, I got in there like, oh man, fuck Straight Dope, I'm gonna take his punk ass out, man, I'm gonna fucking just choke slam that motherfucker through the canvas. And then like after a few hours, I started getting this weird Stockholm syndrome and like I started identifying with it and shit. Like, I started getting this weird effect, like, oh, he's not such a bad guy, and I'm like, wait, what am I talking about? This dude's like the biggest douche on YouTube. It's weird how that happened. So, I don't know. You know, it's like if I was in the Shawshank Redemption, I'd probably be Red and not Andy. I'd probably be like the institutional man that like gets all used to it and shit. I don't know. Dope called me a douche. That means probably cool. In his video, Brett Keane debate wrap up. So I guess I was rooting for you anyway. Man, I watched that whole video and yo, man, he uses the same cheap ass tricks on everybody. Did you notice that shit? Cause like that video he did of me, FakeSagan's Volume 2, where it's like he shows every time I say nigger, and it's like nigger, 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 nigger. And like some of them, you know, he used them twice or three times. And then he did the same thing in Brett Keane debate wrap up with like Brett Keane saying sit there is like, so you sit there, sat there. I'm like, man, come on, that's fucking cheap, dude. You know you're using some of them same clips twice. Come on, son. Come on, son. Who do you think you're fooling with that bullshit? How are my levels, by the way? Am I too loud, too quiet? How old am I? Fucking hell old, dude. Look at my hairline. Yeah, that's not hard. Brett was like raging over stupid shit. And he was like, say, hold on, let me turn this shit down for a minute. Have you ever heard people say, like, the expression, you know, don't piss down my leg and tell me it's raining? For somebody that's, like, doing an obvious, like, that's what Brett Keane was basically doing. It's like, Straight Dope was catching him in this obvious fucking bullshit. Like, I think the example was he filed a Straight Dope and he found out what his real name is or his lawyer's name, you know, like, I believe that. And it's like Edward or some shit. Wasn't it Edward? And then he tried to claim that he got that from, like, a video by Gimme a Break Man, but the video by Gimme a Break Man was actually made a month after when Brett Keane said that he knew Straight Dope's name. And, like, Straight Dope's sitting there like, hey, man, what's the date of that video? And Brett Keane's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Dopey. I got the name from Gimme a Break Man. He's like, yeah, but when did that Gimme a Break Man video come out? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't remember the exact date. Well, why don't you go look at it, Brett? Oh, I'm a very busy man. I don't have time to go look at the video right now. I mean, it was so fucking, like, you know, when I was watching that shit, and I didn't finally watch that debate until the night before I had my own debate with Straight Dope, because I didn't want to psych myself out, because I knew what a fucking one-sided ass victory it was going to be. And why are we still talking about this, by the way? This is like yesterday's news, too. I finally watched it. Like, Brett was losing so bad that I felt embarrassed. It's like, have you ever watched a really bad movie and, like, you sink down in your seat at the theater? Like, you're ashamed, you know? Like, even though you didn't make the movie? Like, you're sitting there and, like, there's people to the right of you and people to the left of you and, like, the movie sucks and the jokes are stupid and you just sit down like, oh, God. You start face-palming and shit. That's what it was like. Yeah, I know. And, like, man, he was, you know... I mean, he was bitching during the debate I had with him, like, you know, oh, you know, you're just, you know, you're interrogating me and, like, you're just asking me all these questions, making me answer. I'm like, well, yeah, well, you did that to Brett Keane for an hour and a half, so karma, bitch. You get what you give. Anyway, whatever. It's time for a new loop, I think. That's how I'll train myself to get good at this. I've got a silver machine. Cool. You should pawn it. How would you have come by that? Like, did some paparazzi catch him, like, in the showers?
I don't know, but I swear to God, that's what my brain is recording.
I don't know. I think you're tripping.
No.
Isn't it big feet? The big feet thing is a myth, I think, but, like, if you got long fucking fingers and, like, especially a long middle finger, it usually means you got a big dick.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The more you know.
And long bones, like from your elbows to your wrists.
The more you know, motherfuckers. Okay. Kinda, sorta. How are you guys doing tonight? It's a slow night on the fucking BlogTv. Ain't shit going on. That's the only reason I... You're about to be nice and stony? Fuck you! Dude, don't even talk about weed right now. Oh my god. That's cruel. I haven't had weed in so fucking long. Probably grow a lot of it down there. Just got to network and meet the growers. Oh, in Louisiana? I don't know about that. State has like nasty fucking drug laws. Actually, they'll give you like 2 years probation for a roach. It's pretty hard rocks.
All
Stuff down here.
I've read over a list of them.
fucking memory limit of this thing? Had an AK bubblegum hybrid that was pretty damn good. That sounds pretty fucking good. AK-47 is one of the best strains I ever smoked. And bubblegums just taste good. You ever had blueberry kush? It's not the same as bubblegum, it's like blueberry taste. It actually tastes like blueberries when you smoke it. I've always wondered how the fuck they do that. Like, do they actually breed the strain in such a way that it makes it taste like blueberries, or do they just take like some blueberry shit and fucking spray it on there? And because it seems like you wouldn't be able to make weed do that. But I swear, I smoked this shit, it tasted just like fucking blueberries. It was legit. It was legit, homie. You awake? Mm-hmm. Cool. Want to co-host? You can play the guitar and I can play the bass.
I can't play guitar or bass.
You play the harmonica?
I don't want to play the harmonica.
You can do a hand bone solo.
That was okay.
Alright. You can like, oh, yeah, I know what you can fucking do. These people get bored when I just go on playing guitar for like fucking bonds to what's being said in the chat. So like you can fucking talk to them while I play so that they're not like all getting pissed that I'm not reading it. You know?
I don't talk about same things.
Well, they're sitting here talking about fucking weed. I mean, who cares? Like, this isn't a hard conversation to jump into. Seems like a lot of people in here who should have ups don't. Let's see. I should op Yaga just for lols. I need some funny shit. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, cool blue stars though. I like that guy. Or girl, whatever. I like that random internet hominid.
Yeah. Blue stars would be a pretty gay name for a band.
Oh, I hate it when you fuck up on a delay pedal. It just increases the fuck up like by 1,000,000 times. Oh, the pedal? It's a hardwire pedal, but that's actually like a little sub division of Digitech, and that's the main company that. And they kind of have a bad reputation in the business, because like those big multi-effect pedals where it's like you buy one pedal and it does like 5 million things, and they sound like ass. Like all the fucking effects suck. But I did a lot of research before I bought a delay looper pedal, and like I compared the Boss version to the hardwire version, which is the hardwire's Digitech, and the Digitech I have is like the DL8. It's like this bitch right here, if I can get it on cam. And there's like a Boss version of that, like it's like the same thing that they're competing in the market with each other for, and that was poor grammar. And the bottom line is, like, the DL8 sounds better than the Boss, to me anyway. Like, it sounds better, it fucking does more shit, and it's a little bit cheaper, so.
Didn't you get it because it had an analog setting or something?
Well, they both have an analog setting, but I think the analog setting on this one sounds better than on the. This is the analog right here. Oh, it's not on. right here. These are the only two pedals I have right now. Which is also a Digitech. I guess I'm like a Digitech man. I guess I like Digitech better than Boss. What you gonna do? People hate on him though, Fox. Like, people say Digitech sucks. I don't understand that. I know those big multi-effect pedals suck, but man, this thing is like, this thing made me want to start playing guitar again. Like,
yeah, that sounds good.
I wasn't playing guitar that much before I got that piece right there. Like, that fucking pedal just makes you want to play. Especially with the loop function, because it's like you can play lead over your own rhythm shit. It's also got these weird effects, like the fucking reverse echo. I can't stand that one though.
I like it.
It sounds cool, but like, what the fuck would you ever use that for, you know? There's no application for that unless you're like covering a fucking Doors song or some shit.
Hey, the Doors are ours.
I wish there was a way the delay effects with the looper effect. And maybe there is, I don't fucking know, but it'd be cool to be able to do delays in my fucking loops. I don't know if I can do that. I'll have to read the manual for this shit someday. I never read it. I usually do. Hard to get that tempo right. Political reasons. What? Drugs or anything you take which is not naturally occurring in your body. THC is made naturally in your body, but vitamins are not. I'm not sure that tetrahydrocannabinol is made naturally in your body. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? I'll have to check on that, man. I know DMT is made naturally in your body. And I know there's something similar to nicotine that's produced naturally in your body, but THC? Really, man? I'm not saying it isn't true, it's just, I think I Fakey, what guitar brands are you into? Your guitar style surprises me. Why does my guitar style surprise you? I'm interested in that statement, because what do you expect me to sound like? I'm too poor to have an opinion on guitar brands, because like I've only had one name brand guitar in my life, and it was like a Fender Jag-Stang, and like I sold it without even owning it that long because I needed the fucking money. Oh, bands? I thought you said brands. I thought you said what guitar brands are you into? Because I was gonna say I like Ibanez. I like fucking what guitar brands am I, or what guitar bands am I into? Guitar bands. What is it? All bands are guitar bands. Into so much shit that seems like it would be a very involved answer to that question. Like, give me a genre at least, and I'll tell you some favorite bands I have from that genre. But I can't just sit here. Like, I'll be here for like 3 hours fucking naming off bands. Country music? No, I'm not really into Toby Keith. For country music, I like Johnny Cash. I like, what the fuck is that guy's name? David Allan Coe. What's the other guy? Shit. What the fuck is that guy's name? Let's get this me off. The Third? Hank 3, or whoever he is. But I'm not like super into him or anything. Do I like Jefferson Airplane? I don't know, man. Like the White Rabbit song is kind of cool. I'm not super into that old 60s shit. Like some of it, I don't know. I was really into The Who when I was a kid, and I was really into David Bowie when I was a kid. You know, but I'm not super into like the old vintage fucking shit. I guess there's gaps in my musical education. Yeah, I mean, well, Hendrix, obviously. Jimi Hendrix is the patron saint. I think everybody agrees on that. That guy's just an innovator of the instrument. He's one of those guitar gods like Les Paul, you know? I mean, it's like if not for Jimmy. Popcorn, yay! Yeah, motherfucker. I better put this down then, or else I'm gonna get popcorn butter on my strings. Did you give the dog popcorn?
Yeah.
I was about to say what's eating over there. That's funny.
He won't feel important if you don't give him popcorn.
I know, then he starts acting like a pissed off little asshole if he doesn't get every single thing you're eating. Don't you? Yesterday, Ocean was drinking the chocolate milk, and he wanted some, and she wouldn't give it to him. And then, like, he pooped in the house just to, like, teach us a lesson. Like, if you eat something in front of the dog, you have to give him some, and if you don't, like, he becomes an excrement terrorist.
Yeah, it's terrible for dogs. You can't give dogs chocolate.
You want another piece? You want another popcorn? Yeah. Oh, popcorn dog. You want to go eat it? Okay. Oh, don't fall over there, buddy. There you go. No, that's a wiener. Dachshund. Das ist der Dachshund. And that's German for badger dog. But I don't think you could kill a badger.
No.
Because my dog is kind of a pussy.
You have popcorn on me.
Do I think dogs are sentient? I forget the technical definition of what defines sentience. Doesn't that just mean you're self-aware? I think they do. I think dogs have the capacity to like notice that certain things in their environment are capable of hurting them or causing them pain, and they probably have enough intelligence to extrapolate that, like, wow, something might kill me someday. I don't know. Maybe that's a lot of reasoning for a dog, but I think animals are smarter than we give them credit for. I will say that. No, that's bullshit, Brutus. You know how I know? Because animals kill. What was that story you told me? Wasn't there like a chimpanzee that fucking died after its mother died and like it just fucking stopped caring about anything?
Yeah, some hunters killed its mother and it was still a baby and it got so depressed about it and hung out with the corpse for a long time and just like stopped eating. Other monkeys in the same little pack were trying to feed it and it wouldn't eat. It was so depressed and it just died.
There you go. Now you can say that it was just so emotionally dependent on its mother that it kind of went into shock, and like that doesn't really prove like an awareness of death. But I think animals have at least as much awareness of fucking death as we do. It just annoys me when like humans act like we're special and so, or that we're distinct from other animals, and we're really not. They exhibit most, if not all, of the behaviors that we fucking do. You can find examples of like racial prejudice and genocide and like everything in the animal kingdom. It's not. You can find jealousy in the animal kingdom. You can find revenge in the animal kingdom. I mean, I always hear people saying shit like, oh, humans are the only animals that commit murder. Other animals only kill for food. They never kill just for fun. And it's like, that is bullshit, man. There are totally animals that commit murder. It's like these people saying this shit never watched the fucking Nature Channel or some shit. I seen it. I done seen it. They lynched the fucking porpoises. I knew about that, Calvin. See, this is what I'm saying. That's why it pisses me off when people are all trying to act like human beings are special and distinct from the rest of the animal kingdom. We're totally not. We just have bigger brains, but like, I don't know. We got the same fucking instincts and the same weaknesses. $38 people, not bad. $38 people watching me eat popcorn. Yeah, they kill them for fun, Crapo Bear. They kill them because they look different and they don't like it. And it probably has to do with resources too, you know? Because they're both like competing for the same food sources and shit. another popcorn, Alistair. There you go, honey. Don't poop in the house.
It's like having to sacrifice things to appease a god.
Anubis. The Dachshund-headed god. I don't see why we don't try to communicate directly with whales. We know they have complex languages. Oh man, you know what the fuck depresses me about whales, Dalai Lama? Like, not only do they have a complex language, and they know that because, like, the sounds they make contain so many different complex changes in them, and, like, they'll repeat certain statements. Like, there'll be, like, there's, like, a whale top 10 hit list with, like, these songs that they, like, repeat, and, like, it changes from time to time. Like, a whale song will catch on and get popular, and then all the whales will start doing it. Like, they have, it's kind of like how this week everybody's saying, like, you mad, you jelly, and shit like that, and then next week it'll be something else. The whales are the same way, like, you know, they have these sayings and these songs that get popular, and, like, all the whales start doing it. But what depresses me, Dalai Lama, is this. Back in the day, like, the sounds that whales make are on such a low frequency that the sound waves can travel a really fucking long way, so that a whale on one side of the planet can directly communicate with a whale all the way on the other side of the fucking planet. Like, the sound waves will carry through the entire ocean, and it's like whales had this global communication system. It was almost like a whale internet. But when we started creating motorized boats, it made too much background. They can't do it anymore. We hit the Obama kill switch on their internets, so now the whales, they have to be close in order to communicate. Doesn't that suck? Isn't that fucking depressing? And you guys want to hear a funny story about the Bush administration and the U.S. Navy? That kind of cracks me up.
I do.
Okay, well, the Navy had this new technology that they were testing called, I think it's LFHO, like low frequency, high output sonar. And the idea of it was it would be a better way to detect submarines. You know what I'm talking about? Fox? Did you hear about this? Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, well, here's the fucked up thing. Okay, so this low-frequency, high-output sonar system, the idea is that it'll be able to detect the submarines of the future that are going to be a lot quieter and there won't be enough engine noise. And like, the whole fucking thing is stupid because, like, the Cold War is over, you know? We don't really have a fucking enemy that's doing shit like that anymore. So it's kind of like an unnecessary fucking thing for them to blow tax money on. But here's the negative consequence: the low frequency, high output sonar is so powerful that like it blows the whale's brains up pretty much. Like it can pop their fucking. They have these cavities inside their head that they. It's sort of like the organs in your inner ear. They use it to detect each other's whale songs and navigate, kind of like when you get an inner ear infection, you lose your equilibrium and you can fall over and shit. So it pops that, like it's so powerful that it destroys that organ, and then all the whales start beaching themselves, and like they find them with like blood coming out their ears and shit. Well, the Bush administration, as you guys know, like they just love to fucking give environmentalists the finger on anything. Like they made the Clean Air Act that like made the air dirtier, and like the Clean Water Act that caused more pollution in waterways and shit. Like they were just really, you know, giving the finger to hippies every chance they got. So the Congress didn't want to give the Navy approval to make this because of the concerns of environmentalists over what it would do to whales. but Bush like went over and like did an end run around them somehow and like vetoed it, and he was like, you know, go ahead, Navy, go ahead and do your LFHO and fuck the whales. And like I've never heard of anything like this happening before, because usually with the military, like if they can do something, they fucking will do it. But in this specific instance, the Navy was like, no, fuck you, Bush, we like whales, we're not going to do it even though you say we can.
Wow.
And they didn't do it, like they didn't fucking make the shit.
That's funny.
That's just hilarious to me. I love that like the military was less evil than fucking Bush and Cheney. Like, how often does that shit happen where like, I don't know, that just kind of cracked me up. They were like, no, we're going to keep the whales, fuck you guys. Maybe it's just like that the Navy takes pride in like the ocean, since that's where they do their job, and like that's what they're known for, so they don't want the ocean to start to something interesting left in it.
Well, not every guy in the Navy is an asshole, though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, clearly not, because if they were, they would have been like, whoa, we got approval. Start blowing up whales' heads. Cheney is Snidely Whiplash without the mustache. Wasn't Snidely the dog? Wasn't he the dog that was always like... Oh yeah, that's Muttley. That's right. That's Muttley. I don't know, Cheney is just fucking...
He's creepy. He creeps me out.
That guy is like evil to a level that doesn't make sense, you know? He's like in that self-motivated greed way where it's like, yeah, we're gonna fuck people over for, you know, personal gain and shit. But Cheney fucks people over just for fun, even when there's no gain in it for him. He's just, that's just a guy that enjoys evil.
He's also got that creepy, smooth voice, too.
I wouldn't use the word smooth. You think Cheney's hot, don't you?
No.
I'm fucking with you.
Ew.
I'm fucking with you. That guy just says ridiculous shit, too, like when they fucking cornered him on the news and said, like, you know, oh, here's the approval ratings for the war in Iraq. The American people are really against this, and he's just like, who cares? Screw them. You know, we're the ones in charge. I don't care. People like what we're doing. It's like, wow, man. That's the vice president telling us to fuck off. Been like, that guy should have been like some old fucking 16th century nobleman. Like, he should have been some dude like chopping peasants' hands off for not giving enough of their yearly harvest or some shit.
Yeah, really.
Like, he was just born in the wrong time. Or I guess not, since, you know, he never got any consequences. I love how when Obama gets in office, he's all like, I know that the crimes of the past administration are unforgivable, but I'm not going to spend my time focusing on that. We're going to look to the future. We are going to look forward. It's like, I would love to use that defense if I robbed a bank or some shit. Like, Your Honor, come on. We know I broke the law. There's too much important work to do to focus on the past. Let's look forward. Let's focus on the future, Your Honor. I mean, come on. That bank robbery was yesterday, man. Come on, Shay. Yeah, you know. We all know I did it, but come on. What kind of fucking logic is that? You're encouraging people to do it again. Because there's no consequences, and they know it. That's the dumbest shit. I mean, you know, not that I don't know they're all on the same side and Democrats and Republicans are the same thing. I do know that. I'm just saying, like, everybody should have been able to spot that bullshit. Everybody should have been like, what the fuck? What do you mean focus on the future and progress. You got to punish those fucking criminals. What the hell? The George Bush you forgot? Let me check this out.
Look at the United States, Governor, and say, should they fear us? Should they welcome our involvement? Should they see us as a friend, everybody in the world? How would you project us around the world as president?
Yeah, I'm not so sure the role of the United States is to go around the world and say this is the way it's got to be. So I'm not exactly sure where the vice president is coming from, but I think one way for us to end up being viewed as the ugly American is for us to go around the world saying, we do it this way, so should you. I just don't think it's the role of the United States to walk into a country and say, we do it this way, so should you. It really depends upon how our nation conducts itself in foreign policy. If we're an arrogant nation, they'll resent us. If we're a humble nation, but strong,
No, I remember him saying he was against nation building and shit. I remember that.
Stands alone right now in the world in terms of power, and that's why we've got to be humble. If we're an arrogant nation, they'll be used that way. But if we're a humble nation, they'll respect us. Maybe I misunderstand me, but I think the United States must be humble and must be proud and confident of our values, but humble in how we treat nations that are figuring out how to start their own course. Sure, absolutely, sure. Somalia started as a humanitarian mission and changed into a nation-building mission, and that's where the mission went wrong. The mission was changed, and as a result, our nation paid a price. And so I don't think our troops ought to be used for what's called nation-building. You mentioned Haiti. I wouldn't have sent troops to Haiti. I didn't think it was a mission worthwhile. It was a nation-building mission. I think what we need to do is convince people who live in the lands they live in to build the nations. Maybe I'm missing something here. I mean, we're going to have kind of a nation-building corps from America. One of the problems we have in the military is we're in a lot of places around the world, and I mentioned one, that's the Balkans. I'd very much like to get our troops out of there.
Hey, I'm going to put that back on, but stumbling over any words or, like, using nonsensical grammar, like, he was pretending to be stupid when he was in office. I knew it. He sounds so much smarter back then. You notice that?
Wow.
What did he, like, just smoke a big garbage bag full of crack as soon as he got inaugurated or some shit? Man, that was some bullshit. I knew he was fucking faking it.
If we don't stop extending our...
It was like to distract the media. It's like, you know, he would say these ridiculous fucking things in speeches like, too many good docs going out of business. There's too many OBGYNs unable to practice their love with women. Because he was just trying to distract people, like, he wanted the media and people talking about his dumb shit that he was saying instead of focusing on what was really going on. Sleight of hand, man.
In the nation-building mission,
fuck off. You got so much
serious problem coming down the road, and I'm going to prevent that. Concern that we're over-deployed around the world. I don't want to be the world's policeman. I want to be the world's peace. Force must be strong enough so that the mission can be accomplished. And the exit strategy needs to be well defined. A lot of people are sick and tired of bitterness in Washington, D.C., and therefore they don't want any part of politics. They look at Washington and see people pointing fingers and casting blame and saying one thing and doing another. It needs somebody in office who will tell the truth. That's the best way to get people back in the system.
Hey, but let's at least be even-handed here, though. You could already make that video about Obama. I remember when he was running for president talking about giving us all free health care, getting us out of these foreign wars. We're going to get out of these costly and unnecessary foreign wars. We're going to stop this illegal domestic spying on Americans. It's like, he's full of shit, man. Like, it didn't take him long to forget about all that horse shit. They're all liars. I'm just saying. is the art of selling out to the highest bidder, too. And there is some art to that, because you got to figure out who the highest bidder is. Like, what's going to pay off the most for me in the future? Isn't the actual saying that politics is the art of the possible? I forget who said it, though. I bet it's Kissinger. That sounds like something that he would have said. Who died of their own preventable causes?
I'm guessing they're talking about Amy Winehouse.
Oh, are we still talking about Amy Winehouse? That's so yesterday.
Yeah, already.
Yeah, really.
Over 2 days.
Becky, what do you think about Norway? I like their black metal and their church burning. And I know you're asking about this terrorist attack that happened there or whatever, but to be honest, I don't know shit about it. I'm living under a rock right now. I'm really not paying attention to news at the moment. But it was like a Muslim thing, right? Wasn't it like the Danish newspaper thing? No? Oh, Christian fundies? Really? Wow. It must be hard to be a Christian fundamentalist in Norway. Motherfuckers trying to burn your church for Satan and shit. God damn. I mean, they must have... Actually, that's probably a great place to be a fundie because you have so much to bitch about, which is what they love doing. Sit around and burn all the black metal albums and talk about how it's a threat to the youth. Think of the children, think of the church, think of the church. They must have a grand old time. I bet there's fucking Christian fundies in America wanting to go to fucking Norway so they can have more to bitch about. But it gets used so often, Yaga.
It does. Everything.
It sounds like something your ass would fucking say, though. I mean, what? You're all against gay marriage and shit. When I ask most people why they're opposed to gay marriage, they're like, because it'll deteriorate the American family, and children will think it's okay to be gay, and they'll make the lifestyle choice to turn gay as if you can, like, choose to fucking be gay. That shit cracks me up. Not to straw man your position or anything, just, you know, surprised to hear you say that that's a dumb argument. Alistair, stay out of the popcorn!
You like popcorn?
There's not even anything left in there.
I think I realized why I became enamored with my book.
Because you're gay. End of story.
No, seriously, I think it has to do with that stupid church I went to.
No, you're just a faggot.
Yeah, I'm faggot too.
What's the dog's name? The dog's name is Alistair Growley. No, not Crowley. Growley. As in, because he does that a lot.
He growls at babies.
Alistair Growley. Say hi. Say hi to the BlogTv's, Alistair Growley. Yes, Yaga is a troll. low, if you ask me. I mean, some people suck at trolling, and some people are really good at it. And Yaga is definitely in the second category. Like that's a person that manages to suck a bunch of people in and make them believe his bullshit. Dude, you are so obviously a fucking troll. I mean, I know I can't make you admit that because it'll ruin the game, but dude, you even have sock accounts, man. You even come back with like 6 accounts when people kick you. Come on, dude. You have every single earmark of a troll. You have every single distinctive trait that makes somebody a troll. You sit there and deliberately say ridiculous. I mean, come on. You said that you used to suck dicks because you were trying to be gay, but you didn't enjoy it. And now you're opposed to gay men. Come on, man. Come on, son. And I love people get sucked into it and fucking believe that shit because it's funny to me. I mean, I was one of them, I'll admit, but I like arguing though, so that's my excuse. Alice, if you're gonna eat this, go over here. You're annoying as shit.
His long ass body couldn't come around.
Well, he's like right in my way, you know?